Getting back to work this morning, we've got Huw Edwards, CEO of UKActive, which represents 4,000 members across fitness, activity and leisure industry, including Pure Gym, David Lloyd, Nuffield Health and others. So we're going to talk about this. We'd love to hear from you, 85058. How are employers going to do it? Huw, good morning.
Morning, Nicky. How are you?
I'm all right. In the gyms, how are we going to do it?
Well, at the moment, we've been working with our members over the last 6 weeks to develop a framework for reopening, and I've also shared that framework with government right now. And it will look to be very respectful of the social distancing we anticipate, which will be a crucial part of any relaxation of the current regulations. But hand in hand with that, Nicky, will need to be continued financial support from government and supporting that probably to the end of the calendar year, around tapering that support which is already there with the job retention scheme, but also other taxation and regulatory support as well.
And what about that situation when you walk into the changing room and you get a wafting cloud of deodorant and everyone's standing close to each other because the place is busy? How do you manage that, for example?
Absolutely. I mean, we will work with our members, over 4,000 members, you say, across the country, to make sure that we will be respectful of the social distancing, which we anticipate to be part of that relaxation. The consultation we've had with our members over the last 4 to 6 weeks has been very intensive and been looking at every element of going into a gym and leisure centre across the country. From walking in through the reception area, into the communal areas, into the changing room and onto the gym floor and the group exercise areas as well. So, there will be changes. It will feel different, and it's going to be really important how our members communicate those changes in advance. And the staff especially will be incredibly engaged on this, because it's also not just a question for customers, but also for our staff as well. We have over 190,000 staff in the sector, and that's going to be very important for their safety as well.
And of course, it's good etiquette to wipe down the equipment afterwards. I always do it myself. But what about all the weights and all the bikes and all the climbing machines? Who's going to wipe it down? Is that the impetus going to come from the person who's been using it, or is there somebody else going to come along and do that?
Combination of the customer and the staff. There will obviously be a lot of sanitizers, a lot of available sanitizing sprays and sanitizing gels available. The staff will be there to support customers when they come back. In addition, we'll be asking our customers to look to be accountable for their behaviour as well. We'll be distancing. We'll be looking and recommending to government that we can distance equipment across the gym floor, and obviously look at maintaining social distancing within group exercise classes as well. So it's going to be an adaptation of what has happened before, but we know the importance of exercise. It's been something which has been said every day for the last 5 weeks across every press conference we've had, and how we can get our sector up and running in a way which is important for the health and safety of both the staff and customers, but also is financially viable, is crucially important to us.
A couple of things there. Obviously, some forms of exercise with a personal trainer, boxercise and other things like that, not possible anymore.
Well, you'll be looking at adaptations around the current social distancing. So we expect it to be very challenging. But as we're looking at all these other sectors discussing as well, we've been involved in the conversations over the weekend with government, and I've got further conversations today. But we realise that first and foremost we're going to be respectful of whatever the government says around social distancing, and adapt our offer as a sector according to that.
Are you going to say to the government what you indicated initially, Huw? Because of restricted numbers, we can't break even, but we can get people back in there. But because we can't break even, we need money.
Absolutely, Nicky. I think it's going to be very important that the support doesn't stop at the end of June, and you look at issues around the job retention scheme. We need to extend that and be tapered across the end of the year as the customers come back to our sector. We were asking for some adaptations around VAT and national insurance. Local authorities will need to have greater support. Public leisure facilities, community and leisure facilities across the country are vital to communities they serve, and they're at real risk of being lost if we don't continue financial support. And we were very keen to extend the memorandum of forfeiture as well, with working with landlords who I know are under a lot of pressure as well. But we need to phase the financial support to reflect the customers coming back to our sector.
What's the situation with swimming pools?
It's in the guidelines and the framework that we're putting at the moment, and we're discussing that. Well, we'd like to maintain them to be open, and we're discussing that with government over the week. to see how we can maintain swimming pools being open, again, within the respect of the social distancing guidelines.
What's the science?
Well, we've been discussing. We have shared our framework, our draft framework, with independent virologists, and that will then go into Public Health England government for review and assessment as well. I mean, for us, it's around a collaboration with government, especially over the next couple of weeks as we look to share our framework and to see how we can open with health and safety as foremost, and B, with that financial viability as well.
People's exercise is going terribly well online for many.
Yeah.
Has that been a problem for your sector? Will it continue to be?
I think it's a great opportunity. I think the agility of the sector to open up its facilities in a different way and look at its digital offer as well. I think a lot of our members have been doing that as well. So they recognise the adaptation of behaviours now, but we also know that people will want to come back, but they want to come back in a safe environment as well. So that's going to be very important for us.
Thanks, Huw. Cheers.
Thanks a lot, Nicky.
Huw Edwards, CEO of UKActive, represent 4,000 members across the fitness, activity and leisure industry.